Billion-dollar memory secret. Yes, you have heard me right saying this because this is unbelievable magic service which the brands companies like Apple, Tesla, Sony and Amazon often use to make their customers buy their product and to recognize their products in the large rush. Why I am disclosing this $1 billion memory secret and what's the link, what its link with this present video, that I am in the position to understand English but I can't speak English. How we can relate this issue with this major issue? First of all, we have to change the attitude. We have to deal it not as a problem but as an attitude. And there is a universal fact that recognition of things, when you are reading, when you are listening something, recognition of words and phrases, even the sentence patterns and sentence structures are very easy. But recalling the information, retrieving the information out of your brain in your writing skills, in your speaking skills, is very much difficult. But if you apply this $1 billion memory secret, your problem will be solved forever. Because normally what happens that there is a traditional gap, and what is that gap? Which is running in our traditional schools, or which are running in every non-native English schools or college or university. We can say it in educational system. There is a traditional gap. What is that gap? The major emphasis is put on the input. We are consuming a lot of input in the form of reading, in the form of listening, but there is negligible, what I am trying to say, there is negligible emphasis on output in the form of speaking or writing. Speaking is the least common phenomenon in all educational systems. That's why we are always struggling with this issue. But because there is imbalance, there is not a balancing state between the input and the output. The input level is much more higher than the output level. We have to balance it, and we have to apply this $1 billion memory secret. Now, what is this secret, and how can you apply this secret to this state that I can speak English well but I can't speak? We have to produce a proactive environment, because the fact is that why we can't speak? Because we avoid social interactions. We are not a social being. Where there is an English speaking community, or where there are people speaking in English about different matters, about anything, they are speaking in English. If we come to know that these people are speaking in English, we avoid those conversations. We avoid even those people, and we tend to keep silent instead of speaking. This is our problem. This is our problem, and this is not a. Why we do all these things? Because of the fear that we are at fault. It's our fault that we can't speak English. First of all, you have to admit that there are many languages in the world, and still we can't use, and still we can't even understand or comprehend most of the languages of the world. But we are blessed, or we are good, that we at least understand English language well. The problem is with our speaking. Now we have to apply this approach in order to speak English well. How can we speak English well? Now, what is the methodology of Apple, Tesla, Sony and Amazon companies? Why customers are always tend to buy their products and recognize their products? For example, if they have to replace an item which is not suitable for them, the company immediately replaces the item without this acknowledgement that the customer is at fault. They always say that customer is right. Customer is right. Customer is not at fault. Now you have to understand. We are always guilty of speaking wrong words, wrong pronunciation. We always take ourselves as guilty person, as mistaken beings. We are the culprits. We always admit that we are the culprits. We are not following the right track. We are not following the right methodology. We are not speaking. In fact, we are accepting ourselves as culprits, as at fault. That's why we can't speak English well. First, you have to understand, you have to apply this theory that customer or the speaker or English learner, whether he is an Asian English learner or non-native English learner, you have to first understand that every English learner has to pass through the same stages, the same difficulties. Because of the difficult patterns of memorization of grammar or complex sentence patterns, complex grammar rules, then to recall, and recalling anything is the difficult one. Then the recognition of the things and the patterns. First, you have to understand that the problem is common. This problem is faced by every English learners. When you will face it, and when you will practice it, now you have to admit that customer or the English learner is not at fault. English learner is at right when he feels frustrated, when he feels demotivated, and when he feels hesitant. He has to overcome it. And the situation is the same. People will make fun of you whether you are living in any continent of the world. You will face the same grammar rules. You will face the same stubbornness, or you can say the hesitational position. You will face the same circumstances whether you are living in any corner of this globe or any corner of this world map. So it's not the fault of English learner. It's the fault of the system. It's the fault of the society. First, you have to recognize, and you have to feed every English learner's brain with this thing, that you are right. If you are making mistake, it's the right thing. If you are feeling hesitation, it's the right thing. If you are feeling fear, it's right. If you are not producing the appropriate sentence, the fault is in the educational system, that is much more focused on the memorization of the grammar rules, on cramming, on rote learning. Because in spoken English, there should be a spontaneous overflow. There should be a natural process. You should not think about where should I use subject, where should I use the object, and what kind of verb form should I use. But due to the unfortunate traditional system, we are entangled in this miserable condition. So the problem is with the system. Customer, English learner is right. He is not at fault. And now you have to understand that if he is taking steps, if he is learning out of these circumstances, it means that he is a fortunate. He is a superman. We should not make him guilty. When you will feel this environment, when you will feel and you will realize that you are creating an English environment by yourself, you are reading, you are listening, you are speaking, you are doing so much effort. English was given to the English people or the Britishers or Americans by their birth. So they are not struggling as you are struggling. You are not blessed with English language, but you are struggling. It means that you have great courage. You have great potential and characteristics. When you will realize this phenomena, you will see that you will make rapid progress, and you will see that you are making and speaking English language much more fluently. And you have to create this proactive environment, proactive practicing environment, where you are speaking more, when you are writing more, when you are exposed to this environment, when you are encouraging that it's not your fault. So this is $1 billion memory secret, which is applied by all the international companies. And if you use this trick in your case, You will see surprising or magical results. So if you like this video, kindly let me know in the comment section, because I am eagerly waiting for your passionate or compassionate or kindly reviews about this video, because I have tried something new. I have tried some new concept. So what is your approach? What do you think about this phenomena, about this secret, about this rule which is applied by international companies? And if you apply this rule in your spoken language, and if you perceive from this angle, what would be your future? What would be the future of generations of non-native English learners? Just let me know. Please let me know. Kindly let me know, because I am enthusiastic to discover more about this $1 billion memory secret rules, and I will share more views. So till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.